Hello and welcome to another day of walking with Jesus on this last day of the year 2020. So Happy New Year to all of you who are listening. As we continue to move forward in the story of the birth of Jesus and the events that were around that, we are in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 2, and where the purification time has been completed. We looked at that yesterday. Mary and Joseph are taking Jesus to the temple, and they are going to present him there. And as they do that, verse 25 says, "Now there was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon, and this man was righteous and devout, waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was upon him. And it had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not see death before he had seen the Lord's Christ. And he came in the Spirit into the temple, and when the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him according to the custom of the law, he took him up in his arms and blessed God and said, 'Now, Lord, you are letting your servant depart in peace according to your word, for my eyes have seen your salvation that you have prepared in the presence of all peoples, a light for revelation to the Gentiles and for glory to your people, Israel.'" Well, how would you like to just go to church and someone take your child out of your arms and proclaim something of this nature? I'm sure it was a little bit shocking for Mary and Joseph, a little bit different. In fact, it says at the end of this, "And his father and his mother marveled at what was said about him." And so, they were taken a little bit aback, even though they've had angelic presence come. Now you have someone else confirming what God has revealed. Someone else. So if you were doubting yourself, did I really hear an angel? Did I really see an angel? Did this message, is this really the Christ child? Now they have a third party, an outside party, who comes to them and who verifies the story. So this man, Simeon, who was righteous and devout, which means that he was a good, practicing Hebrew. He was fulfilling the law and the cultural customs, and he was a good-hearted man, and he was waiting for the consolation of Israel. The word behind consolation is actually the same word that Jesus uses to describe the Holy Spirit when he says that I will send you another comforter. So Jesus is the first comforter, the first consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit is going to be the second one. So waiting for the Parakletos of Israel, the second one who will come along and add strength to and comfort and stand beside. He is the comforter, the consolation, the one who stands beside Israel. And the Holy Spirit was upon Simeon, and it had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not see death before he had seen the Lord's Christ. And so I just want us to notice that he would not see death. He would not experience death is kind of what that means. He would not see as in experiencing death until he had seen with his own eyes the Lord's, Yahweh's Christ, the Messiah. And he came in the Spirit into the temple. And when the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him according to the custom of the law, he took him up in his arms and blessed God, spoke well of God, had good words for God, eulogitos, and said, "Lord, Yahweh," I'm sure he said, Now you are letting your servant depart in peace. Actually, it probably said Adonai, because a good practicing Hebrew would not have said the name of the Lord. But Adonai, now you are letting your servant depart in peace, according to your word. For my eyes have seen your salvation, that you have prepared in the presence of all peoples, a light for revelation to the Gentiles and for glory to your people Israel. Now, I just want to remind you that he's holding a baby. I just want to remind you that he's an older man, and he's now saying he can depart in peace because he has seen something that hasn't yet happened. He's holding a baby. One of the things about our walk with the Lord is that we walk by faith, not by sight. In other words, Simeon here is holding a baby that is perhaps 40 days old, right in that general area. He is being brought in at this stage in life because that's what a good Jewish mom and dad would do. And as he holds this baby, he says that he can see the salvation of Israel in this baby. He's filled with hope. He's filled with faith. He's filled with a confident expectation that God will bring to fulfillment that which he has promised. And brothers and sisters, that's how we walk in this world today as well. We have to cling to the hope that God will fulfill what he has promised to us. So as you end this year, and as you begin the new year, may you keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. And may you anchor yourself in the promises that were given in God's holy word. And may you say, I too have seen the deliverance, not just of the nation of Israel, but of the Gentiles, a light for revelation to the Gentiles. We have seen it. We have experienced it. Oh, in this world, I know many of us just want the 2020 to go away because of COVID-19 and everything. But there will still be difficult days ahead. 2021 will have many of the same kinds of trials and tribulations that 2020 had. And yet we can say that we have hope and a future because of the promises of God. We too, like Simeon, can rejoice in the fulfillment of God's promises when really what we're experiencing is just the beginning of them. May you walk that way as you walk out of 2020 into 2021. God bless you as you walk with Jesus.